everyone, you are listening to YachtFemme on Yachting International Radio, where we discuss women in yachting. Welcome to YachtFemme, where we talk about the women that make the yachting industry. I'm your host, Andrea Tagliaferro. Learn who they are, how they got into yachting, and what they do today. Today we're talking to Francesca Ragnetti, sales manager at Mangusta Yachts. Francesca specializes in ultra-luxury nautical roles, having worked in Perini Navi, Benetti, and now Mangusta Yachts. Francesca has a career of over 15 years, but her knowledge of this world goes back further. She started as a kid, helping her father, Giancarlo Ragnetti, co-founder and former CEO of Perini Navi. Currently, her goal is to help her customers make their dreams a reality and have them live a unique journey that becomes one of their best lifetime memories. Hi everyone, I am so excited to be back and recording another episode of YachtFemme. I have such an interesting guest for you guys today. Her name is Francesca Ragnetti. She is the sales manager of Mangusta Yachts, and you will not believe the trajectory she's had. It was so fun to read all her answers, and I cannot wait to share them with you. Francesca, thank you so much for joining us today.
Andrea, thanks to you to allow me to have this beautiful and exciting experience of being here with you and all the people that hopefully are listening and watching you.
Can you tell us a little about who you are, where are you from, and what do you do in yachting?
Okay. So my name is Francesca Ragnetti, as you already pronounced very well, because normally people pronounce my surname like Ragnetti. And when I speak to non-Italian people, I normally say, okay, my name is Francesca Ragnetti, but it's Ragnetti. And I'm Italian. Right. Yes, you did. I'm Italian, from Abruzzo region, which is on the Adriatic coast of Italy. And but I live in Tuscany, more precisely in Viareggio, which I like to call the Fifth Avenue of the yachting business. And this is where I work for Mangusta Yachts as sales manager. I grew up, let's say, in an international environment related to luxury yachting. And I can say that I developed a particular interest in the construction and launch of innovative projects of luxury and excellence. That is why I think today, working in the yachting industry and with Mangusta. However, at the same time, my personal and professional path led me to stake and test my talent, let's say talent and skills in some different areas, such, for example, show business, with collaboration with Cirque du Soleil or Lucio Dalla, Italian singer, and or I organized event for Teleton or other associations in the past.
So you say you grew up in this luxury world. How did that happen? How did you get into yachting?
I was born in the yachting industry due for my father, Giancarlo Ragnetti, which was the CEO and one of the founder with Mr. Perini, Fabio Perini, of the Perini Navi. So since I was a child, I've always been around this industry, and especially with clients that normally comes to our house for dinner, for lunch, because my father really had a super strong relationship with the clients. He was very able to install relationship that went over the typical relationship between business and the client, but he really was able to make friendship with clients. And since I was girl, I can say 10, 11 years, that you start being with your friends, while my father was designing and taking care of the owner of the boat, deciding how the interiors or the exteriors and all the details of the boat. He made me take care of the sons or daughter of the clients. So I used to bring them out with me, with my friends. And while my mom was taking care of the wives, making them going to shopping in Forte dei Marmi, here Viareggio, it's near Forte dei Marmi, and it's called Versilia. And this area of Italy, it's pleasant to welcome clients, to enjoy not only the building process of the boat, but just to enjoy the path during all the building process. So this was from the very past. And on a certain point, I had another type of business in my mind, but the Perini needs someone to help them to organize an event in Sardinia, because the marketing director at that time was in maternity, and a person was missing, so they need more people to help and work on this specific event, which was the launch of sailing yacht Salute, that at that time was the sloop with the highest mast in the world. So at that time I said to my father, okay, why not? Let's take this challenge. And he made me a business proposal for 3 months just to do this event, and that's it. And then I would have done something different.
That's so exciting. It was that being in the right place at the right time. Of course, you were born into this industry, but if it wasn't for that maternity leave, maybe you wouldn't have jumped in and finally solidifying yourself in the industry as a professional, where, like you said, 3 months turned into 15 years. You did say that there was a trajectory. You started, of course, Perini Navi with your family and with this great opportunity, 3 months. Then you went to Benetti and then Mangusta. How come you moved from Perini Navi even in the first place? Of course, they sell different kinds of yachts, but what was your train of thought there?
Let's say that during all the industry events, so boat shows or yachting event, I used to go with my father. During those events, I always met CEO of other companies, and one of them all the time used to make me some questions, which at the beginning to me were a bit strange questions, like, so you're the daughter of Giancarlo Ragnetti, and how many languages do you speak? And I speak Portuguese, French, English, a bit of Spanish, Okay, and what are you doing in Benetti? All the time that we met makes me these questions. And this amazing person was the former CEO of Benetti, Mr. Vincenzo Puerio, to whom I will be always grateful, because on a certain point, he made me the proposal to move and go to work with him for Benetti as trade marketing manager, to help the company in order to open new market and achieve new potential clients. So I was so happy of this opportunity because I was not anymore the daughter of, but finally it was just Francesca Ragnetti working for a company for my own business, and for me, that's it.
I don't know if you could have given a better answer for that one. I love that. Now
Thanks.
You were you. Now you are Francesca. You weren't still the daughter of, so that's so admirable.
The funny thing was that my father told me once, we were in Sardinia for different events. He was there for the Perini Navi Cup, and I was there for Benetti for something else. I don't remember, frankly speaking. And he told me, you know, I've met a person that told me you are the father of Francesca Ragnetti. So he, you know, he wasn't anymore the daughter of, he was the father, and he was so proud of telling me that. And I laughed so much. Now I'm the father of.
That's amazing. I love that. What a proud moment. Can you describe what do you do at work now? Maybe even what are your tasks? What your day looks like?
So I'm dealing with the sales and promotion of the yachts. And my goal is not only to close a sale, but above all, to participating in making the customer dream become true, especially to make the client and the family to live a unique journey that can be part of his memories for all his lifetime. Then talking about myself, trying to go more into details of work is the way I work as a sales manager, is to planning and implementing strategies in order to achieve new clients, building networking also out from the yachting industry. And once I got in touch with them, I start the negotiation, the management, and the finalization of the contract. Once also all those aspects are closed, I stay by the customer side till all the building process, till the launch of the yachts. I act also a bit as a project manager, which in some other companies, sales manager don't do it at all. And I'm the interface of the client and the company and the Mangusta company, trying to take the reign of the project and to coordinate in order that the client is happy and that we receive all the information required by the client or his representative.
What is it like to work at Mangusta Yachts?
So, Andrea, personally, I love to work for a company. I'm a very corporate person, and I always think about the good or of the company, like the company business is mine. To me, work for Mangusta is to work like in a family, and Mangusta is a family, I can say, because it is one of the few nautical company that in nowadays it's owned by a family for 100%. It is run by Balducci's family.
Is that something that comes up with clients when do they ask about the backstory of the company, and what is their reaction when they know that it's 100% owned by a family?
At the beginning, they cannot really trust because they say, oh, really? And then when I talk to them about the family, how did they start, since when, about the group, they feel more comfortable and they feel that they can trust even more the company, because at last they can also have the direct contact with the owners.
Have you seen, you've been in yachting, I know professionally for a long period, you said 15 years, but in reality, you grew up in it. So you have a better sense of what things have changed and if anything has changed in yachting. Yeah. Can you share a little bit something with us that maybe we won't find on LinkedIn? Can you tell us something we would not know about you?
Okay, yeah, that makes me laugh because as I like to say in my previous life, because I hope I'm still young, I was a triple performer of musical theater. So I was a singer actress, degree in a musical academy. While I was studying at university, in the same time, I was doing this performing art school, which is called Bernstein School of Musical Theater, based in Bologna. And it's a school like the movie FEMME. You know, you enter a 3 years school, full immersion, where you learn how to dance, sing, act. And I spent, while I was doing university and studying at night, during the morning, I was doing this academy. And yeah, you wouldn't have known that I was a singer actress. And
yeah, that's not common. I guess that's where the Cirque du Soleil event came.
Exactly. I worked with them for a small period. Yeah. And I also was a radio speaker for a while. I ran a show, Max and Franci, with an Italian journalist, where we spoke about things that were happening during the day or during the week. And we reproposed this show during the pandemic, while I was not working, during the evening or Sunday morning, just to entertain the people that were closed at home.
That's so fascinating. Have you been able to, I don't know, take that singing background into sales in any way?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that if I wouldn't have done this kind of study, I wouldn't be able to understand the people that I have in front of me, because the theater, the music really open your mind, your heart, and makes being on scene, because when you are on scene, they teach you that you're watching in front of you, you know, this, you're standing up in the stage and you're watching in front of you, but you have to feel and see also behind you, which is, you know, if you're looking in front, it's not possible to look back. But thanks to the theater and exercise, you become able. And this kind of exercise added to all the rehearsal, all the auditions that you have to prepare yourself and go there, and many doors slap on your face, because, you know, you go to auditions and maybe you are good, but I already have a brown girl. You're good, but you're too young. You're good, but, you know, and then sometimes you work for 1-2 months and you're the happiest person. And sometimes you're good, but. So you always need to train yourself to become better and better. And you also learn to understand who do you have in front and to be faster, because in musical theater, you have to sing, dance, act, move, you know, jump and whatever, and remind everything in your mind. So this is very good today in my job, because I remind many things and I can understand better the person that I have in front of me very fast and quickly, thanks to my previous life.
Oh my God, I don't know how much you have read about me when you saw my face. But I completely understand that. I think that's a skill that a lot of us are missing, the awareness and being able to change the conversation because you feel the energy moving in the room. So yeah, that's really, really cool.
Where do you see yachting going?
Frankly speaking, Andrea, before talking where do I see yachting going, I think that it is very important to speak about young people. in order to give them space and helping them to know and to get to know the nautical environment and also which kind of business they can do while they are at high school, and letting them know all the different opportunity apart from managers or engineers that they can do in the nautical environment. I think that managers can sell yachts, engineer can help to build a proper yacht in terms of technical point and technology, but then we are in lack of people that build the yacht. So of people that with their hands build the yacht, because I think that in our day, people that work, let's say, behind the scene, pardon me this word, in terms of electrician, plumbers, painters, carpenters, we are lack of this kind of job, which to me is the first line people. Because as I said, manager can sell, we can show the product, but then those are pieces of art made not by robot, but by hands of people, craftsmanship. So I think that before talking where I see yachting going, we must speak and maybe do a project all together in the shipyard, I mean, and start teaching more young people that would like to have an approach of this kind of business about all the different kind of roles and job they could do. Maybe going into the schools and speaking, or making more visits to young people to the shipyard, showing them how important it is to learn, for example, to become a carpenters, to work the wood, or plumbers. So I think that this is a topic that we should put on the table before speaking where do I see yachting going, because without these people I see yachting going nowhere, because really we are on lack of these jobs.
That is a great idea. I think that side note, the reason I really love doing YachtFemme and this podcast is I get a lot of people talking to me and telling me, I didn't know that that job existed, or I could do that as well. So there is a lack of knowledge of what everybody else in the business does, what all the pieces come together. And if they wanted to move into another discipline, how can they do it? So yes, there is a lack of exposure into what really makes the yacht come alive and what other roles are out there. Yeah, that's great. If you could go back into yachting, which in your case is really hard because you were born into it, but if you could tell us advice that you would tell yourself when you were starting your career, what would that be?
I would have told to myself, do not be anxious or impatient, because Rome wasn't built in a day, first of all. And then that you don't have to feel wrong in a masculine environment, because a female approach that is more oriented toward negotiation, empathy, and with a very strong problem-solving orientation, I think that can prove to be the key to success. And that even sometimes there could be some problem related to our gender. Business women like, for example, Carole Tomé, which is the CEO of UPS, or Mary Barra, which is the CEO of the General Motors. I think that they are the proof that some taboos in our days are beginning to be overcome, and that it does not matter whether you are a man or a woman, but competence, professionalism, and the ability to listen people. Those are the most important things in our job.
I wish I knew when I got that advice when I actually left construction and yachting, because I was part of a building as an architect in Florida, building yachts. And I left because it was too much of a male dominated industry and I felt very alone. So it would have been nice to hear that support and how other people are breaking ground. So
I know it's not always easy. I feel sometimes men could be also afraid of us because we are very different, you know. But every day I have the proof that our differences in working, putting them together, it's the really the win team. Because as there is a phrase that normally is saying that behind a big man, there is always a big woman. And if you think this is reality, so also in the yachting, maybe not just behind, but we can be on the same level, and we have to work as a team in order to have the winning team, you know, because all we have to do is to make the client happy. That's it. In the best way, of course, because they are spending so much money. So that's it.
Thank you so much for your time. Before we leave, is there anything else you wanted to share with our audience?
Nothing more than what I told you in this beautiful program. I would like really to thank you, Andrea, because I really feel that also between women, we need more and more support one to the other. So what you're doing is beautiful. You are giving support and view to women in this industry. And I think that what you're doing is amazing. Also because it's your extra time. So thank you very much. Thank you. That's it.
Oh, thank you. This was been amazing. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. You will be able to listen to this version and also tune in if you haven't seen it. You can see the video interview on YouTube. Thank you so much and have a great day.
You too. Bye. Thank you. Ciao, ciao.
Thank you so much for listening to YachtFemme. If you like what you heard, please like, subscribe, and comment. Your comment will help us reach a broader audience. And don't miss the next episode. Bye!